Welcome back to Union Duff. Today, we need to talk about the creator named Ashley Viola. Now, if you just casually stumble onto her channel, you might think she's just another standard, cozy Gen Z video essayist. She sets up the exact same aesthetic pipeline we've seen 1,000 times, talking about topics that everyone agrees are real problems, like Gen Z's fast fashion addiction, TikTok overconsumption, and corporate influencer culture. But if you actually listen to her exact quotes, Ashley Viola isn't just running the basic, everyday liberal script. She has upgraded the software. She is operating as a full-blown Pan-African Socialist. In her videos, she explicitly argues that you cannot fix a teenager's shopping habits unless you completely dismantle the free market. She is using the real-world issue of consumerism to smuggle in a hyper-specific, radical 20th century ideology. She's essentially standing there like the girl on the left in this image, holding a sign that says communism is our collective future, while completely ignoring the massive historical train wreck attached to that economic system. Let's look at her actual logic. In her video titled Why Gen Z is Broke and Addicted to Shopping, Ashley Viola tackles the very real crisis of Gen Z overconsumption. But listen to how her software immediately short-circuits when she tries to find the cause. She explicitly argues that young people aren't addicted to shopping because they lack discipline or self-control. Instead, she looks at the generation buying cheap, disposable plastic from Shein, Temu, and Target, and claims it is a quote, security blanket to ward off this nonsense of precarity that defines so much of young adulthood today. She unironically frames the Sephora haul as an opiate to cope with the trauma of capitalism. To her, quote, "We lost pensions and got package deliveries. Think about how insane that bait and switch actually is." She is blaming an entire economic system for a generation's complete failure of personal accountability. Capitalism provides the marketplace, but it doesn't force you to open an app, pull out a credit card, and spend hundreds of dollars a month on mindless micro-trends and plastic dolls just to soothe your anxiety. That is an individual, conscious choice, but the BreadTube software cannot allow individual accountability. If you admit that personal choices, discipline, and maturity matter, the whole socialist victimhood complex completely falls apart. So instead, the Pan-African Socialist script forces her to frame her little shopping addiction as a righteous symptom of systemic oppression. She claims that budgeting doesn't work, and tells her audience, quote, "Consumption on the part of the person is not the entire crime. It's a symptom. The real robbery happened when public goods were privatized." See what she's doing there? She is normalizing being miserable, broke, and out of control. Because if you are just a helpless victim of the system, you are morally pure. You don't have to change your habits. You don't have to stop spending money you don't have. And you don't have to grow up. You just have to sit on your couch, blame the free market, and demand a revolution. And this is where we have to act like the working realist on the right side and ask the obvious question. Ashley, if you're watching this, why do you want communism? Do you ever know why that failed in Europe?
The modern academic life looks to treat Marxism like a trendy boutique aesthetic, but in the real world, it has a 100% track record of crushing individual freedom, destroying the working class wealth, and creating total government dependence regardless of your race. When European nations were trapped under the Eastern Bloc, it didn't create a consumer paradise. Let's look at how communism actually solved overconsumption in Europe. It didn't do it by making people mindful or eco-friendly. It did it through state-mandated scarcity, breadlines, ration coupons, and a complete lack of basic choices. Furthermore, in a true Marxist state, the government didn't tolerate people sitting around in cozy apartments making video essays about aesthetics. The state assigned you a grueling labor job. If you tried to publish a commentary criticizing state policy, you wouldn't get demonetized. Secret police would be at your door. The final irony here is the pure consumerism of the anti-capitalist lifestyle. To build her brand, Ashley Viola uses high-end cameras, expensive laptops, internet infrastructure, and a massive American tech platform. Her entire platform is subsidized by, and dependent on, the exact free market system she claims needs to be destroyed. She wants to use racial identity and historical trauma as a shield to demand state control, but she enjoys the absolute luxury, safety, and free speech protections that only a Western free market provides. It takes zero effort to sit on a couch, play the victim, and demand a failed economic revolution to fix your personal anxieties. It takes immense courage, thick skin, and daily discipline to look at the world exactly as it is, accept full responsibility for your life, and build something real anyway. Stop trading your personal agency for a radical online aesthetic.
Let me know what you think of this bread pipeline in the comments below. Subscribe. This is Union Duff, signing off.